Hello, people. Sarah Gaston here. Welcome to another episode of Facebook Live, my weekly Q&A where I talk about the art and craft of acting and answer your questions. Yes, indeed, live. Anyway, Inauguration Day, big day. That's all I'll say. Anyway, while I'm waiting for people to hop on, just want to cover a couple of housekeeping things. First of all, I highly suggest you subscribe to my YouTube channel because there I offer a weekly video where I offer some tips and tricks around the business and craft and acting, all there to support you, my friends. Also, right now I have a tutorial, How to Cry on Camera, where I offer 4 tried and true ways to create waterworks whenever and wherever you need to. Anyway, check it out on my website. So, while I'm waiting for people to hop on, like a bunny, I don't know why they're hopping on. Oh, I forgot to do not disturb, so I'm getting a notification that I need to eat lunch. Isn't that lovely? Okay, by the way, have you ever bought a salad, like one of those salad kits at the grocery store, and you think it's going to be really delicious, but it has strips of seaweed in it, so it tastes like sushi that's gone off? Well, I just did. And it's pretty bad when you have to have figs and dates to, try to get the taste out of your mouth. Anyway, that has nothing to do with acting. That's just my own personal hell. Anyway, so something I want to open with today is something that I get asked every once in a while, and it's such a broad question that I can't even talk about it very exhaustively here, but I'm going to try. And that is, how do I get started? I will get an email or a phone call from somebody who has fallen in love with the idea of being an actor. And I say the idea because there is a big difference between what people fantasize this business is about, or what being an actor is about, and the reality. So hey Christina, hey Natalie, or Natalie's dad. It's a long road. First of all, I'm going to say that it's a very long road. It's definitely a marathon and not a sprint. But if you want to get started, I'm going to offer you a few steps. First of all, get into a class, preferably a film acting class if you want to work in film, television, and commercials. Or a commercial acting class if you want to do strictly commercials. Because there are things you need to know in terms of like how to audition and how to work with the medium of film. Even if you're a theater actor, I would still get in film classes because there are differences. And it will get you a couple of things. First of all, it's going to get you some training and some knowledge, because for some reason people think acting it's not like a real profession. Like if you want to be a lawyer, you just don't show up to the law office and say, hey, can I practice law? I'd like to argue, right? You actually have to go to law school and then pass the bar and then actually get hired by a law firm. If you want to be in the NFL or if you want to be in the New York City Ballet, guess what? You got to do some stuff. So same thing with acting, right? Get some training, because that's one of the first things that agents are going to look at, or they're going to tell you to go do, is you got to get some training, because you can't show up to an audition and you can't show up to, God forbid, a set and have no idea what you're doing and expect people not to want to throw things at your head. So the other thing that being in class will do is it will help you start to create your tribe, right? Again, like I said, this is a marathon, not a sprint. So you want to have a network of people that you can reach out to for support, for help, if you need help with an audition, to get information from, to share information with. So you want to start developing a group of peers that you can count on and reach out to. If for nothing else, just if you're having an off week and you're feeling discouraged, they can say, you know what, remember what Sarah said? It's a marathon, not a sprint. Don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Good day, Mike. I'm so happy you're here. And Amanda too. I saw you, Amanda. Hi, glad you're here. So get into a class. I would hire a mentor. I would hire a coach. So when I got out of college, I had this phenomenal theater degree from the University of Texas Drama Department. No idea how to actually get started in the business, because theater and film and television, etc., are very, very different things. And so trust me, it was a great training program for being an actor. It wasn't a great training program for becoming a working actor. Their focus was more to prepare people to either to go to graduate school or a acting conservatory. So, so I really desperately needed a mentor to tell me all these things, to tell me how to get started. And so I kind of pieced together help from here and there. And this was pre-internet, people. This was like looking in the phone book and calling people, or asking the neighbor if they knew anybody. So I could have saved myself a lot of time and a lot of trouble and probably a lot of money had I just been able to find a coach who could talk me through it. So that's one of the things, FYI, I specialize in. I love coaching people and helping them get started, okay? But invest in yourself. It's the best investment you'll ever make, okay? There's a quote that says something like, leaders invest in themselves and the rest of us invest in stuff, right? Stuff is lovely. Don't get me wrong. I love stuff, but I've gotten the most bang for my buck when I've been willing to pony up some money in order to get somebody who knows what they're doing to help me get from A to B. So hire a mentor, get a coach, get somebody who can compress decades into days and get you started on the right track. The other thing I would do is get a set of professional headshots. Now, I've got to be very, 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 very clear on this. Hello, Mark Christian. Thank you for joining us. You may have a cousin, neighbor, brother, sister, friend, etc., who has a great, very expensive camera. You may have any one of those people who does graduation pictures for high school students or wedding photography. I'm not saying they are not fabulous at what they do. I'm not saying their camera isn't really outstanding, but headshots are a very, very specific animal. I just realized I don't have my ring light on. Squirrel. Anyway, headshots are a very, very particular type of picture. And a great headshot photographer is going to know, first of all, how to get a great headshot from you, how to bring out your personality, because it's not meant to be a portrait. It's not meant to be a graduation picture or a prom picture or wedding picture where you look your prettiest. It's meant to bring out some sense of a character or a person in a moment in time, not just a static pretty picture, okay? And so just because your friend, you know, you're good looking and your friend has a really great camera and take pretty pictures of you, that doesn't make it a good headshot. A good headshot photographer is going to know how to like highlight your eyes properly. They're going to know backgrounds, what backgrounds are going to work. They're going to know what when you bring your wardrobe, they're going to be able to tell you this is going to really work well on camera and this is going to work well for you. They're going to be able to draw out different sort of looks and emotions and thoughts from you. They will really walk you through it. So trust me, a good headshot photographer is worth their weight in gold. It's like your one main calling card is that little tiny thumbnail of you. Don't sell yourself on the cheap by getting somebody else to do it who's not qualified to do it. Hello, Theodore Taylor. Anyway, so those are the three things. If you want to get started in this business, get in a class, preferably a film or commercial class, hire a coach or a mentor who can compress decades into days. They can help shorten and smooth the path for you because they're going to know what they're doing, and get a great headshot photographer to take top level headshots of you. If you're willing to spend money on everything else, but you're going to have cheap headshots, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. And shooting yourself in the foot, I imagine, is quite painful. So I'm going to urge you not to do that. All right. So, my friends, I am waiting for your questions to come in. Ask me anything. Ask me anything. That's what I'm here for. And as you know, I'm not going to waste your time. I believe time, I say this every week. I hope it's not annoying, but I think it's important to remember. Time is our most valuable and non-renewable resource, so I don't want to waste yours. If you don't have any questions, I'll just drop some wisdom. Amanda has a question. Thank you, Amanda. Amanda asks, with so many opportunities going viral, do you foresee adding a virtual performance heading to resumes? I do not, honestly. I do not. Because, I don't have a, I hear, yeah, I see what you're saying. Virtual, oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, virtual plays, virtual table reads, etc. Yeah, that's a really good question. I don't see it becoming a separate title, because the truth is, it's, hey Joseph, the truth is it's a stopgap right now while we wait for things to resume to something assimilating normal. What I would do though is I wouldn't disregard those credits, okay? So if it is a, if you did Richard III or whatever, but you did it, and it was, you know, via Zoom or something, right? I would put it under theater, right? If it was meant to be a play, right, for example, and most of what we're seeing are some version of a play that is being performed virtually, I would just put in parentheses virtual, just to, or, you know, online or something like that, just to designate that it wasn't a live performance with an audience. But I think that's a really great question, but I don't see that as a desired new category of performance. Again, I could be wrong, your mileage may vary. That's a great question though. So, but definitely I would include that, guys. You know, there are a lot of people out there, and God love you, I'm so glad you're doing it. If you are able to still perform, and the Screen Actor, or not the Screen Actors Union, equity is really, really limiting performers who are actors equity from doing that sort of thing. So like I, for example, can't really do that. I could probably do a showcase. I did like a Shakespeare thing a couple of months ago. But yeah, for you guys that are able to do that, who are able to do online plays and, you know, showcases and table reads and stuff, yeah, I would put that in there, but I would maybe put it under theater just with virtual in parentheses. Okay, great. Any other questions, thoughts, feelings, comments that you want to share, insights, anything like that? As always, if you think about something brilliant to ask after the fact, you can always just drop a note in the comments and you'll be the first up next week. But if there are no more questions, I will begin my little wrap up, and then of course if somebody drops something in, I'll address it. But go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I release a new video every week about the art and craft of acting, also the business of acting. And I just released a new one today about, I think it was about having agents in multiple markets. I'm not sure. That's one of the ones that's coming up soon if it wasn't today. See, short-term memory. I blame everything on COVID. And let's see, check out my tutorial, how to cry on camera. And if you want all the juicy goodness, I recommend you subscribe to my email list. You can do that on my website, www.sarahgaston.com, no H, because there are things I share on my email list that I don't share anywhere else, including when I have classes, when I have specials going on, when I have workshops, and just some things about the business, how the business is changing, you know, supporting documents, things like, you know, how to memorize lines easier, things like that. So you get all that stuff if you are on my email list. Anyway, my friends, thank you so much for joining me. I wish you the best. Stay safe, and as always, break a leg out there.